Today I got my transplants here in the garden. I picked all these up at Home Depot. I have a couple types of cucumber here, Japanese eggplant, cantaloupe. I have all my tomatoes here are indeterminate because I am growing them vertically, so you need indeterminate varieties to do that. I have a couple different heirloom tomatoes, some cherry tomatoes, two different kinds of basil. It's a Genovese basil. And then right here I have the Crimson King, two different types of corns. First thing I'm going to do is get all my plants here. I'm going to place them where I want them to go, and then I'll plant them in the ground. Once they're planted, I'll give them a good watering so that the roots can start to establish in the bed. So as I plant these in the ground, I'll go over the different varieties I have to give you a look at what I got. Okay, I moved my irrigation line out of the way here, make some room for my tomatoes. First one I'm going to be planting is the Genovese tomatoes. Heirloom, it's a slicer, it's a pretty large beefy tomato. I've grown these before. I really like these ones. Dig a hole with my hand. When you're taking these out, you want to just kind of get your hand right here. I just get my thumb and index finger around sort of the base of the plant, just tip it over, kind of squeeze around, and just falls right out. Break up the roots a little bit right here. Just be gentle, you don't want to destroy it, but these things are pretty hardy, pretty strong. And we'll just get it right there in the hole. Kind of push down a little bit. Grab the stem, we'll just go around here, put some more dirt in, pack it in. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. We're going to come back through and kind of cut all these lower branches off here. So again, these are all indeterminate, meaning with these ones you can kind of decide how you want them to grow. If you want them to grow vertically in a vine, or if you want them to sort of bush out more. It's kind of up to you. I like to grow these vertically, that's why I get indeterminate. We're just going to put our little marker right here so that we can keep track. Next one we have here is the Cherokee Purple. I do like these a lot. Good slicers. They can get pretty big as well. You want to keep this thing alive, all the microbes and everything in the soil. You want to attract earthworms, which I'll probably be throwing some in soon. I'm going to be top dressing with this product called Craft Blend from Build-A-Soil, which I'll go over in a future video. You want to keep your soil moist though, so that the life and the activity in the soil is always active. With tomatoes as well, you can tend to plant them a little deeper. All the little hairs you see on the stem will actually branch out into roots, so they say, but I like to plant them pretty much at the surface level of where they come at in the pot. Next one here is Kellogg's Breakfast. This is something I have not grown. I heard these are really, really good, so I'm excited to grow these ones this year. Right here I have the classic, just San Marzano. I like to use these to make sauce for like pizza, but I also like to just eat these just straight off the plant, get a little salt shaker out here and just get cracking. Just a classic Italian tomato used for sauces, sort of similar to a Roma tomato. My absolute favorite ones to grow. So now the last one I have for this bed is a new one that I have never grown, never actually even seen it, but it's called Zapotec Oaxacan. I have no idea if I'm saying that right, but these things look similar to the Genovese tomatoes, honestly. But I'm excited to try these ones out and see how they come out and see how they taste. Okay, so I got the first bed of tomatoes, and you can see I got them about a foot apart, a little over a foot, probably around 18 inches. I'm not too concerned with the spacing as much as some other varieties you might want to plant even further apart, but with these ones I'm okay with it because I will be growing these vertically. I'll be maintaining them all season long, so they're not going to get too out of control. Okay, I'm over here in my second bed now. First one we have a classic cherry tomato. This right here is a chocolate cherry. Grown these before, these are delicious, really good for salads and things like that. That. Second one in this bed is something that I've never grown, German Queen. It's an heirloom tomato. Looking forward to seeing how these ones come out. This is always one of the most exciting days for me, is planting all my plants. Really enjoy doing this a lot. This one here is also a new one that I've not grown. This is the Sun Sugar cherry tomato. These are yellow. These are like golden yellow little tomatoes. So never grown these, but I'm sure it's going to be similar to the chocolate cherries and just any sort of cherry tomato. Now the last one that I have is another cherry tomato, the Sweet 150. Again, it's going to be similar to the Sun Sugar. I have all my cherry tomatoes here all next to each other, just so I can kind of see the difference. Next thing I have, these are Armenian cucumbers. This year, if you remember from a previous video, I have a video on it. I put in these arch trellises that I'm going to be growing these on. These vines right here under ideal conditions can grow up to like 10 feet or even more. So that's why you want to have some sort of trellis system like this. So I'm going to put 3 or 4 plants on each side of it just so that I can fill in this archway. Just move my drip line out of the way. I'm going to start right here. You want to space each one of these plants about a foot apart. I'm probably going to be doing it a little under a foot just because of the length of my side here. In each container there are 2 plants, so I'm going to try to split them. So with these right here, you can see there's two in here. So I want to try to split them apart. Probably going to tear some roots. Gently just split these apart. And that's it. I'm going to go do the other two over there and then go do the other side. Here in the corner. Some soil. Push it in. If they get enough sunlight, get on the right watering schedule, these things will grow so fast. There we go. So the next cucumber I have is just a Japanese cucumber. Same thing, these are going to vine up a trellis. And in the back over there, I put in 2 more Armenian cucumbers. The pot that they came in actually had 3 instead of 2, so I put 2 more over there. And I have 4 of these Japanese cucumbers, so I'm going to put 1 right here, and I'm going to put the other 3 on the other side of this trellis. These roots are just all tangled up. Just like that. Now you got 2 of them. Just kind of pull apart. Boom. That is it for the cucumber. All right, next thing I have is some peppers here. I'm going to do some giant Marconi peppers. And then right here, I just have a classic jalapeno pepper. So we'll do the giant Marconi first. After I have all these plants in right here, I'm going to get my drip lines and just adjust them a little bit so that they're along the bases of these plants so the root zone gets plenty of water. And you can see here as well, there's 2 of them in here. So I don't want to just cut one and waste it. So I'm going to try to separate these as well. It's a jumbled mess of roots. Look at that. Perfect little split. Look at that. Our second one right here. Okay, those are the Marconis. Now we'll do the jalapeno. We're going to put it next to it. Those are our peppers. Next thing I have here is a Japanese long eggplant. I do want to get some other eggplants like the Black Beauty and also another Italian variety that I want to plant. Plan on putting all of them right here in this bed right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and plant this one for now. Put that in there. Next thing I have is zucchini squash. I like to make pasta with this and just saute them as a side. It's one of my favorite things to grow. Super easy. Again, there's 2 of them in here, so we're going to try to split them. I want to space my zucchini out about 18 inches apart. I'm going to grow these up a stake sort of vertically as well. The last thing I'm putting into my beds today is corn, and I have 2 different kinds here. I have a sweet corn right here. It's a yellow sweet corn. And then I also have Silver Queen. It's more of a white colored corn, also sweet corn. And what I want to do is I want to kind of bunch all these together. I don't want them to be too far and spread apart so that they can pollinate themselves. You usually want to bunch corn together, which is why when you see cornfields, it's just jam-packed with corn. So you can see these are super root bound like this. You could split these apart, which I'm going to try to do. So let's see how that goes. These are insane. Oh my God. Tell just by how big they are in the tray. Stop playing around. We're going for it. Things are holding on for dear life. You know what? We're going for it. Boom. We did it. Just drop that in. I'm going to put these like 6 inches apart. I'm going to go ahead and plant all my corn down a row here, and then the other type right next to it. Both varieties side by side in a long row all the way down this bed. So I just planted my corn finished. Next thing I have here is a zucchini squash, but this is called the 8-ball, which makes these little round, almost like baseball sized zucchini, which I've never grown these before, so it should be interesting. Go split that up. Got all my plants in the beds. I'm just gonna water them in. So it's the day after in the garden. Cucumber that I split apart, the Armenian ones, they all took well after watering them, getting some sunlight. Same with the tomatoes. If you come over here, you can see the same thing on this side. They're all taking well. All my tomatoes are looking good. My peppers both establishing well as well. So everything's looking good. You come to this garden bed, you can see some of the corn is flopping over. It's been a little bit windy here. I'm just gonna stake them up, try to just support them a little bit until they establish themselves a little better. I don't want them to break at the stem. Today I want to finish planting some of these other plants. I have some green peas right here. I need to support these with a trellis. I also have these calabacita, it's called. I've never grown this, so we'll see how this goes this year. And then I just have some herbs. I have some rosemary, some thyme, oregano, basil, parsley, and then I did grab another one of these tomato plants. It was the Mexican, the Zapotec Oaxacan. I have no idea how to say it, but I did some research on these last night. These things get pretty big. They look really good, so I grabbed another one this year. Okay, so the first one I want to get in is my tomato plant. Make a little hole. Next thing I want to plant right here is my Mexican zucchini, this calabacita. I'm going to put it over here next to my eggplant. It's a little too hot over here to be putting lettuce in the ground. I could do it. I do have a shadier spot that I might put some in, but I really enjoy zucchini, so I'm going to put more of that. So just like yesterday, this one has 2 plants. So we're gonna try to split this. Most people will cut one of these, but really you're just wasting. You're wasting a plant if you do that. So I think it's a good idea to always split these. You'll get more for your money. But you get in there, and now you got 2 plants. We'll put one over here. We'll get our second one here. Cover it up. I am going to be putting all my herbs in pots, so I'll do that later today. But for now, I just want to get these green peas in the ground. I'll put it in this bed right here. Again, this is multiple. There's 2 plants per pot, so I'm going to split these up. I'm going to put all 4 of them in a row, and I'm going to support them with a trellis. See that it's kind of root bound on the bottom. Things are definitely healthy, but they're ready to go in the ground. They'll sort of start to come apart just like this. So now you have 2 over here. And it does get pretty hot here, so in these beds I do plan on putting some mulch down to sort of help retain moisture and avoid these beds getting too dry, especially when it gets hot in the summer here. Split these. These are just classic sugar snap peas. I like to just eat these right off the plant. We got 2 plants right here. Push it in. So now as my tomatoes start to grow here, I'll be able to drop my string trellises down and clip them to the vines, but I can let them go for a little while till they get a little bit bigger. Then you can do that. For right now, my main goal is just to have these plants establish themselves in these beds. It's all about keeping the soil moist. You don't want to overwater, but you don't want everything to dry out either. One thing I will have to do during this season is I'm going to have to come in here and put like a straw mulch down. I want to top dress with this product called Craft Blend. Comes from Build a Soil. It's full of, I believe there's 15 ingredients, all organic, raw materials, raw ingredients. Hoping to create a little bit more of a living soil this year, so all the microbes in the soil will break all that down. I'm going to put some earthworms that'll also come to the surface, grab it, take it down, convert it to usable energy for the plant, usable nutrients for the plant. The worms, along with taking all those things down into the soil and breaking them down, they'll also create the little holes and tunnels. It'll create air pockets in the soil, better airflow and aeration, which is great for the plants. That's it so far. This is what I have in the garden. Last thing I have to do is put my herbs in their pots today. I just wanted to show you some of the plants that I was planting this year. But if you found this video helpful or useful in any way, like and subscribe. I'll be making a ton more videos this year about the garden and growing all these plants. Thanks for watching.